The scandal broke the moment the Mare collapsed at Silas Bowman's feet, because nothing that arrives half-dead on a ranch in drought-stricken Texas carries innocence anymore. Dust blew across the abandoned homestead as Silas knelt beside the Appaloosa, his breath tightening when he recognized the blue-white blaze of the Hammond bloodline. Dancer, Emily Hammond's pride. Starved, torn, driven to the edge of the world. Her ribs rose and fell like breaking glass. He whispered her name, but the mare's dark eye flicked past him, toward a collapsed storm cellar. Not searching, pointing. Silas pushed aside charred boards. A gasp escaped him before he could shape it. A small hand, dirt-streaked, reaching toward the light. Lily Hammond blinked upward, face ghost-pale, lips cracked. She didn't cry. Her voice carried that hollow steadiness of a child who had learned fear too young. They tried to take everything, she whispered. Mama hid me. Dancer stayed. The wind shifted. A page fluttered from Dancer's saddlebag, a torn note smeared with sweat and blood. Emily's hurried handwriting. They want the research. The water rights. If they find Lily, run. Silas scanned the horizon. Nothing moved, yet the silence felt watched. The kind of silence men leave behind after violence, or before they return to finish it. He lifted Lily into his arms. Dancer staggered up beside him, trembling but insistent, nudging him toward his truck as if urging him to move faster. More dust clouds gathered far off, too controlled to be wind. At the ranch gate, Lily clutched his shirt. Mr. Bowman, she whispered, voice quivering for the first time. If they took Mama, they'll come for us. Silas turned sharply toward a charged silence clung to the rafters of the courthouse corridor as the doors slammed shut behind them. The kind of silence that arrives only after truth detonates in a public room. Outside courtroom 2, reporters surged like a rising tide, flashes snapping, microphones thrust forward. The air smelled of sweat, dust, and political fear. Silas stood with his jaw tight, shoulders rigid, as if absorbing every tremor of the moment. Emily leaned against the wall, pale but composed, Lily pressed close to her side. Dancer, tethered just outside the courthouse steps, stamped and tossed her head, restless, almost as if she sensed that danger hadn't finished speaking yet. Beatrice Cole read the tension first. Her eyes narrowed. Something's off, she muttered, scanning the crowd. Then Jonathan's phone vibrated. One glance at the screen drained the color from his face. They leaked it, he whispered. Seal lease allies, they're claiming the judge is compromised. They're trying to get an emergency injunction to block the property restoration. Emily's hand trembled, gripping the wooden bench. After everything? After that evidence? Silas didn't answer. His gaze was fixed on the far end of the hall where two suited men, too polished, too synchronized, stepped inside, carrying slim leather cases. Their eyes swept the corridor with mechanical precision before locking onto the Hammonds. Sheriff Coleman's boots echoed like warning shots as he approached. Everyone stay close. Judge Prescott wants you moved upstairs now. There's chatter about a planned disruption. A reporter shouted from behind the barricade. Silas, is it true that seal lease lawyers filed to claim Dancer as state evidence? That they want her seized tonight? Emily inhaled sharply. Lily froze. Silas finally spoke, voice low and firm. They're not taking that horse. But behind him, unseen, one of the suited men quietly opened his case, revealing a folded writ, stamped red. And the hallway seemed to pulse. Lights humming, reporters falling into a tense hush, as the suited man unfolded the red-stamped writ with bureaucratic calm, like someone pulling a trigger made of paper. Judge Prescott appeared at the stairwell landing above them, robes sweeping behind her, voice sharp as a struck bell. That writ is suspended. Court orders supersede emergency motions that rely on falsified affidavits. Her presence froze the air. Even the agents hesitated. Jonathan captured every second, camera rolling, eyes burning with the awareness that history pivoted on moments like this. Beatrice stepped subtly in front of Lily, one hand hovering behind her, shielding. Emily steadied herself, but her voice cracked with the strain. How many times do we have to prove we're telling the truth? Silas looked at her, not with pity, but with the exhausted solidarity of someone who'd carried too much weight too long. Just one more time, he said softly, in front of everyone. Outside, a sudden shift of sound, crowd murmuring, boots on concrete, a ripple of reaction. Sheriff Coleman angled his head toward the entrance. "Judge, you may want to see this." They stepped through the courthouse doors. A ring of townspeople crowded the steps, parting slowly. At the center stood Dancer, untethered, unafraid, muscles trembling with something ancient and resolute. Beside her, deputies guided out the rescued Hammond horses, each bearing the raw scars of Seely's theft. The media went silent. Then the shudders erupted. Judge Prescott exhaled, almost reverently. "There's your evidence." But before relief could settle, a distant engine roared. A black SUV barreling toward the courthouse. Too fast, too deliberate. Silas instinctively pulled Lily back. Dancer's ears pinned. Her stance hardened. And the world held its breath as the vehicle did not slow.